Salutations everyone and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Angry Birds 2 has been out only a day and it's already got over 1 million downloads. Who knew such an angry character would be so popular? Okay.
Hi, I'm Ruby Rose and you're watching What Mattered.
We start off this week on a little bit of sad news in that Key and Peele will be ending after this season. It was Key and Peele's decision, not the networks. They weren't, canceled because they didn't get great ratings, because we know how fantastic the show was, really the only good sketch show on TV. The only one that's been made in the last 10 years that's lasted more than 2 seasons and has just created amazing content, even stuff that just came out today. The guys are amazing, but they will be heading on to bigger and better things. They are, of course, not leaving Comedy Central. There was the previously announced cartoon that they're going to be doing based off of their Jadavanian and Mike characters, the critics, except they're 15-year-old high school hall monitors. And so that's going to be on Comedy Central. And of course, as I mentioned a while ago, there's going to be a substitute teacher movie. They're working on the script right now. Both of them are also working on a Police Academy reboot script. And Keegan also is working on like a horror picture. So the guys, they have a lot of things to do and a lot of people that want to work with them. So this is by no means the end of our amazing comedy duo of Key and Peele, but their show is going to be off the air for the time being. Maybe they might come back in the future. That is always a possibility. The 1.10 update for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U and the 3DS came out yesterday. It came with, of course, some balance changes, a lot of changes to a lot of characters that we will tackle in a different video, but some balancing things. They also added some more Mii costumes. There is a new hoodie for your Miis. There is a King K. Rool costume, I believe that's for the Brawler, and a Chrom costume for the Mii Swordsman, of course. So a lot of people are wondering, like, since they added King K. Rool as a costume, he's not going to be coming as a character, because he was one of the popular choices on the ballot, especially since he's a Donkey Kong character, he's a long-time villain, and would be a heavyweight. There's not a whole lot of villains or super heavyweights in Smash Bros., so that would fill a void. But who knows? Who knows? They've made a lot of costumes. A lot of people wanted a Splatoon Squid Kid in the game, but we have the Avatar costume. I would like X or Zero to be part of the game, but they're Mii costumes. So who knows if we'll ever see one of these Mii costumes become more than that. But for the time being, that is it. But they also included 2 new maps in Hyrule Castle 64 and Peach Castle 64. Those 2 maps were not on Melee or Brawl, so it's really nice to see those 2 maps back, especially like Hyrule Castle from the 64 era. That was just, that's just nostalgic. And hopefully they continue to add more stages and of course DLC characters, but we know some more of those are coming on the way. So which stage would you like to see come back from 64 Melee or Brawl? Personally, I kind of want to see Fountain of Dreams come back because it's Kirby music and it's 3 platforms and it's just really pretty. In movie news, we have the end of the speculation of, is Chris Pine going to be the new Green Lantern in 2020? Well, that's not going to happen because he is signed on to be Steve Trevor, Wonder Woman's love interest. This makes sense because of the lack of success that the last Green Lantern movie had. So Warner Brothers might have been apprehensive to have a multi-picture deal along with a Green Lantern role because they won't know if it'll be popular enough to warrant a sequel. But with Steve Trevor being Wonder Woman's love interest, that is a multi-picture deal with options for sequels depending on how well and popular there are. But Steve Trevor is by no means a major role. A very, very minor role, actually. He is Wonder Woman's love interest. Who knows if they'll change, his involvement in her story, have him be a bigger part of it. Because Lois Lane is a love interest that is very integral to many different stories. Steve Trevor, not so much outside of the origin. And speaking of the origin, this raises questions on what they're going to do, because Wonder Woman's going to be in Batman vs. Superman. already as Wonder Woman, and Steve Trevor is supposed to be part of her origin where he lands on Themyscira and she has to take him back and she learns about the land of man, and then she becomes their protector as Wonder Woman. So we'll see, is her solo movie going to be like a flashback deal, or are they just going to change everything altogether, which is very, very, very likely, and that's probably what they're going to do because they're just changing a lot of things. Some for the good, some for the, we'll see, but anyways, Chris Pine is your Steve Trevor and not your Hal Jordan. So with the insane popularity of Shingeki no Kyojin, also known as Attack on Titan here in the States, they have the first of the 2 Japanese movies coming out yesterday, as well as a television spin-off live action, and also we have a trailer for a new anime spin-off based off of a manga that does exist and apparently did well enough to warrant an anime adaptation, and that is Attack on Titan Junior High. So the premise of this is it's an alternate world. It's by no means canon, I think, in which Eren and Mikasa and Armin are in junior high, and they go to junior high with all of the characters from Attack on Titan, with like Levi and all the other scouts, and they go to a junior high with Titans, but the Titans are still big, but they share a junior high, and one of the Titans eats Eren's lunch, and Eren doesn't like him for that. Instead of eating his mom, this time he's eating his lunch. So if your reaction to this news is this, then I don't blame you, because this is really weird. Honestly, I didn't know that this manga existed, but apparently must have sold well enough for there to be an anime adaptation. So we have 2 movies, we have an anime spin-off, and we also have the Levi anime spin-off and the Levi anime manga spin-off and the live-action TV show, and all of this is based off of 1 season of Attack on Titan. We don't even have a season 2 yet, and it's already has like more spin-offs than the original source. So that's kind of crazy. I guess it's just that popular, but seriously, I don't care about all that other stuff. I just want season 2, man. So your August PlayStation Plus games goes as follows: Lara Croft, Temple of Osiris. We have also Limbo, Stealth Inc. 2, and Sound Shapes. Sound Inc. 2 and Sound Shapes are also on the PlayStation 3, as well as Castle Storm, the Complete Edition, which Xbox One got a couple months ago. Really good game, would recommend that. Also pretty short if you're just looking for trophies. And PlayStation 3 owners also get God of War Ascension. So you get 4 PlayStation 4 games, you get 4 PlayStation 3 games, and also, you know, the cross-buy with the Vita on a couple of those. And we got some pretty big titles, so that's a really solid month for PlayStation Plus. And your games for gold for August go as follows: Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes for the Xbox One. And then on the 16th, you get How to Survive Storm Warning Edition. And on 360, you get Metro 2033 and Metro Last Life. So we get like a full franchise in there. So a solid month for games for gold and a solid month for PlayStation Plus. Who won? Who cares? We got free games to play, guys. Come on. We finally have some information about the new Diablo 3 update and what the Kunai Cube does. You're able to take a legendary item that you have in the Kunai Cube and be able to extract a property from it and apply it to your character. This is absolutely game-changing. You can take one from a weapon, one from an armor piece, and one from a jewelry piece. So that's 3 new amazing properties. Since they are from legendaries, there's so many good ones that you can then apply to your character. So it's basically like having 3 more items on your character, which changes the entire game. The ability for anyone to make their builds, what they can possibly do, makes everyone more powerful, which seems to be what all of these updates for Diablo has done, especially since Reaper of the Souls came out. So this is going to change everything for Diablo 3 builds, and that's pretty cool because there's a lot of awesome things, some of those legendaries that we've been keeping stashed away for a while, and now we finally have a use for them. So Angry Birds 2 came out. It's been downloaded over 1 million times, and the Angry Birds franchise as a whole has had over 1 million days played. That's a lot of birds. A lot of dead birds. So Star Wars Battlefront has a new announced game mode. It is a team deathmatch game mode. No vehicles, just a 10v10 deathmatch that they're calling Blast, where it's first to 100 kills or whoever's leading after 10 minutes. Anywho, the Blowfish, that is what mattered. If you'd like to know what matters in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. Let me know what you guys thought about any of the stories that I mentioned this week. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.